There is one school which has a very unique way of interviewing its applicants once they receive a shortlist for its MBA application interviews, which is SPJIMR for its PGPM program. So SPJIMR invites folks who have 3+ years of experience for its PGPM applications postgraduate program in management. And I've been mentoring people for this program for the last 3 years. And the interview pattern has been very unique, which is that once you get an interview call after you write your 4 essays and you submit your work ex pointers and CV, then if you are shortlisted, then they make you become a part of group interviews. Yes, it's group interviews. It's not a one-to-one interview between you, the applicant, and the faculty or an alumni of the school. It's a group interview, which is 5 people on a Zoom call, and let's say 2 faculty or 2 people from the admissions team from SPJIMR, and there are 5 applicants. Now, this is not a group discussion, mind you. As soon as I say the word group interview, people assume that, okay, it's a group discussion. I have to cut other people's point. I have to barge in between. I have to be very aggressive. But that's not the case. In fact, if you do that, you will be penalized. So they ask you in the first round, which is a group interview, round 1, they ask you typical questions like tell us about your background. Then one by one people answer. Then they ask you what is your biggest accomplishment till date. Questions like what is one weakness that you have, how will you overcome it through the program, and what are your goals post MBA. So it's a 30 to 40 minute slot for 5 people in an interview, and in front of you you have 2 people from the admissions team. So even if everybody spends 2 minutes per answer, you will typically have 10 minutes to complete one round of one question for all the 5 people. So typically 3-4 questions will be asked, and the whole table will get to answer that question. It's just that you have to listen very carefully to what the other person is saying, because if they have a very similar weakness like you, then you have to change your answer on the spot. You can't have similar answers because ऐसा लगेगा कि आपने उनका सुन के बोला है. So you have to have very astute listening skills. You have to be respectful of others' opinion, and you have to, streamline and make your answer very crisp. After 2 minutes, stop speaking. Otherwise, they'll anyway ask you to stop and pass on the baton to the next person to speak. So very crisp and short answers, 2 minutes long, and just have a presence of mind so that whatever the other person is saying in terms of weaknesses or strengths, you say something different, which is authentic but different. Now that's the first round, and SPJIMR has 2 rounds. So the first round is eliminative. If you are able to get shortlisted after round one of group interviews, then you are made to attend round 2, which is again a group round. Now here they try to ask you situational and hypothetical questions to check your managerial acumen as well as your ethical compass. For example, if you have to pay a bribe to somebody to get your job done, how will you do it? If you are in a study group in SPJIMR and somebody is lacking off, will you put their name in the final submission of the assignment or the project, yes or no? Now these questions don't have yes or no, these questions don't have right or wrong answers, but one word of caution is don't be extreme in your answers, right? Matlab, try to give answers in a diplomatic manner. You can't straight away say नहीं मैं तो उस बंदे का नाम नहीं डालूंगा नहीं डालूंगी जिसने प्रोजेक्ट में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं किया. You should try to say I'll try to tell them and intervene and ask them to contribute. In a worst case scenario, I'll not put their name, for example. And there are no right or wrong answers, but whatever answer you give, they'll try to rebut you. They'll try to play the devil's advocate. In that situation, if you try to submit to their opinion, I believe if you try to submit to their opinion and change your initial opinion, then you will be rejected. Because as a management education applicant or an aspirant, if you have given me a logical point of view backed by data or experience, and if I counted your point and you easily budge and agree with me, then you don't have the requisite communication and conviction to attend a tier 1 MBA program, right? So never budge. Try to make a logical point of view in front of them, but never budge, right? Because submitting to their point of view and changing what you said initially is the worst form of answering such questions, right? So whether it's will you accept a gift from your manager in an internship on account of excellent work if others are not, if you are given a chance to help somebody in need by not focusing on your CV just before the placement week, will you do that? Don't give extreme answers. Don't say I'll be ruthless and I'll just focus on myself, and don't budge to what they are saying, right? So that's the trick to surviving in these interviews. Nobody thrives because the questions are very situational. There is no right or wrong answer. The intent is to survive in these interviews. So SPJN has 2 rounds of group interviews. First is mostly behavioral, second is situational. I hope this helps you, and I'll see you very soon.